Since I couldn't make an analysis video about a racing game this week due to many reasons, I won't get into detail, I have to talk about a different topic today. Today we are analyzing racing games that you cannot play anymore. Hi everyone, as always Patrick here. If you're already subscribed, make sure you turn on notifications, otherwise YouTube won't tell you if I posted anything. If you are new to the channel, make sure you watch until the very end and consider subscribing if you like it. Like I've said in the intro just a few seconds ago, today we are talking about racing games you cannot play anymore. But how is this video going to look like? This video features 4 racing games that you cannot play anymore. Those games cannot be bought on any digital storefronts, servers for those games are down, and there are no workarounds to get them to work today. So as you can tell, those racing games don't work for many different reasons. Each game has its own reason, and I will briefly talk about those reasons in this video. Let's start with the first game, Ferrari Virtual Academy 2K10, initially known as Ferrari Virtual Academy 2010 season. The game was both a commercial, as you had to buy it, and a promotional title from Ferrari built by Kuno Simulazioni for an evolution of Netcar Pro, which then evolved into Assetto Corsa. The original aim was for people to set the fastest lap times in order to win Ferrari-related prizes. Released originally in 2010, the game was playable as late as early 2018 before Kunos took the server offline, meaning you can no longer get past the sign-in screen. The game initially contained just the Fiorano circuit, then later added the Mugello and Nürburgring GP circuit. Car-wise, the initial release just had the 2010 Ferrari F10 F1 car, before later updates / DLC added the 2011 Ferrari 150 Italia F1 car and the Ferrari 458 road car. Since you can't play the game anymore, I don't have any footage of this game. As a matter of fact, I don't have footage of any of the games that I'm going to talk about in this video. So that's why you are currently watching my Stuntmania Reloaded gameplay. I'm sorry, but there's literally nothing I can do to change this. With that being said, let's talk about the next game. The next game we are going to talk about here is called Race Room the Game, made by Simbin Studios in 2010. Simbin produced a number of racing games, GTR series, race series, etc. towards the end of their Swedish lifetime. Towards the end they launched raceroom.net as an online portal for all their titles. As part of the service, they released Race Room the Game in 2010, a free-to-play advertising-supported racing game. Race Room the Game title contained only Hockenheim, Formula Race Room and Chevrolet Camaro cars. The game is based on content seen in Race 07, although the game here featured more bloom effects and the F1 cars had liveries that were close to real life. When the Formula RR1 car eventually came to Race 07, the liveries were changed to ones submitted in a competition. Unlike Race 07, the cockpit view doesn't have a helmet effect around the edge of the view, which can't be disabled in Race 07. Like I've said before, I don't have any footage of this game, so let's move on and let's talk about another racing game that you can't play anymore, Race Room the Game 2. Race Room the Game 2, just like Race Room the Game 1, was made by Simbin Studios. However, Race Room the Game 2 was released in 2011. I know I've said it before, but I am going to say it again. Simbin produced a number of racing games, GTR series, race series, etc., towards the end of their Swedish lifetime. Towards the end, they launched raceroom.net as an online portal for all their titles. As part of the service, Simbin released Raceroom the Game 2 in 2011, a free-to-play advertising-supported racing game. Raceroom the Game 2 contained Hockenheim, Laguna Seca, Imola and Nürburgring, with the Formula Raceroom and Chevrolet Camaro being joined by the Maytag GT1, BMW 320 Si E90 touring car, and the Radical SR 3205 BHP. I know I've said it before, but I will say it again, but this time I'll keep this brief. The game is based on content seen in Race 07, although the game here featured more bloom effects and the F1 cars had liveries that were close to real life. When the Formula RR1 car eventually came to Race 07, the liveries were changed to ones submitted in a competition. Unlike Race 07, the cockpit view doesn't have a helmet effect around the edge of the view, which can't be disabled in Race 07. I have packaged these two games into one video as they are largely the same thing, the sequel just had more content. Both these games cannot be played anymore as the online raceroom.net site is now for the Raceroom Racing Experience game, meaning neither of the games that I've talked about here can connect to the web server, getting stuck at the sign-in screen. That's pretty sad, but now forget about that because it's time to talk about the final game for today's video, Win Cars Racer, made by Dragon Jam Studios in 2016. Honestly, there's not much I can say about this game, so I'll keep this brief. When the game worked, it was a fairly fun Mario Kart style racing game with power-ups, with one of the cars being a multiple livery F1 car style vehicle, which unfortunately I couldn't get any footage of. Nowadays the game is no longer working. You can still see the game page on Steam, but you can't buy the game anymore, since Dragon Jam Studios have split up. It tries to connect to a server and sticks on the loading screen forever. The game was originally conceived as an online free-to-play multiplayer title, but eventually evolved into having a single-player mode with computer-controlled opposition. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this topic. Now, before I go, I have to ask you this one question. Did you notice a running theme here? But that pretty much sums up everything I wanted to say in this analysis video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Just